Welcome everybody, Tractor Chute's back after a day and a half or 2-day hiatus. So let's get ourselves a good one to start the day off here. In the upper left hand corner, we'll be playing the return. It is the man, the most uncreative man I've ever seen. It is Mark. Doesn't mean he's not a good man, but he's not very creative with his name, I will say that much. In the lower right hand corner, it is endersgame. What a polite young fella. Apparently likes Mark's portrait. I didn't even get to see Mark's portrait because it did the funny loading thing where it doesn't show me shit, so I don't even know what league these boys are in. But I'm pretty sure endersgame had this one sick-ass portrait that I'm never going to get to see, and I'm kind of pissed off now. What's the guy to do? Gonna get a little TVT action going on here. Take a look at the good old production tab. We'll see if there's anything interesting outside of that supply depot. But the APM tab does show us it is a whopping 17-15. Nobody is strenuating themselves over clicking that mouse or pressing that keyboard. That's for darn sure in this one. It is one relaxed ass game here. Judging by this, I'd have to imagine this is a silver/bronze type game here. But I could be wrong. Both these guys could be very slow master players. Who knows? Either way, their endersgame does finish off the supply depot. Decides to get his SCV one little rest there. In the meantime, there we do have the supply depot and a barracks going down, doing the same thing, basically the exact same build, mirror images on one of the coolest maps, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a neat map. It's got definitely a map that can turn into a macro game. Macro heavy game. I mean, you got two very close expansions. You got your natural up the ramp on the super high ground. And of course, to mirror image it is a symmetrical map. It is a cross-spawning map, always in the upper left and the lower right-hand corner. We are going to get down one gas for endersgame. Very well done, my good man. The other end is doing the same. Like I say, both these guys are pretty much mirror images of each other. Maybe they're best friends. Maybe they both have the same build order. Who knows? But so far, we have nobody veering off the straight and narrow path to success. We are going to get endersgame to finish that off here. We'll get the second supply depot down there. None of these guys too keen on scouting. Hey, who needs a scout in this league, right? We'll just sit back, relax, build whatever the heck we need to build. Getting a Marine, a little bit surprised we don't see the Reapers. No Reapers. Okay, definitely don't want to scout. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe figured they'd get out Reaper first just to see if they can get some scouting there. But I will hand it to my good man Mark. He does have down the orbital command. So Mark, my hat's off to you, son. Orbital command coming out there. endersgame in the meantime getting down his second gas. So I'm very curious what endersgame plan on doing here, as he does have himself only one barracks but a second gas finishing up here. In the meantime there, we are going to get a scouting SCV finally coming out at the 3-minute 30 mark. And I would actually take that back at the beginning. I prefer a scout. 4-minute scout is probably my favorite. Usually if you get in there around 4 minutes, by then, if you can get into the base, let's put it that way. If you can get by the Marines, you could really get a good idea of what your opponent's trying to do early, because it gives them enough time to get his build up, especially in the lower level leagues. That way you kind of know what they're going to, because usually you won't see a lot of tech switches in these leagues here. Like I say, I could be prejudging this. These guys could be super good. I don't know, but pretty confident in the league I feel they're in here. So we're going to get down the second barracks. We are getting the good old factory finishing up here. In the meantime, if we go down the other end of Mark here, he's going to start the wall off here. So he's going to get himself out the bunker, and he's going to go expand into the natural. Very good. I would say Mark definitely has the advantage macro-wise here. He seems to be the better macro player early, but we still don't know what endersgame is going to do. I mean, he's got the double gas out early, so he might actually have a plan that doesn't involve maybe a whole lot of macro or any early expansion or anything like that. He could have a plan here, but in the meantime, Mark looking pretty good. Getting his second bunker down as well here. They also have the option of the rock tower to knock down and the cooling tower, which will wall them off there to at least prevent any sort of early attacks from their opponent there. And it's going to be siege. So we are turtling like crazy. I hate playing Terrans that do this. I'm not saying they're bad players, but it's so annoying, and I'm not good enough to get through it a lot of the times. I understand what you're supposed to do, you know, maybe go into air, maybe put some drops up here. But when they turtle up and they pound siege tanks out in bunkers, it gets really annoying to defend. But that's just me. But it looks like that's what Mark's going to do here. He's going to turtle right up here. He's getting the exact build he needs to do. So going to get out probably, I'd imagine, 5 or 6 siege tanks to wall this baby up here. He's already got the bunkers down. Second barracks is going down here. Let's take a boot down here to good bad endersgame. What do you got out here, son? Basically the same build, just no fortification or an expansion. Alright, I'm not to say endersgame is a bit behind. Does have his orbital out though, so that's very good. I was kind of hoping to see Widow Mines, but you know, that's fine. No Widow Mines, we'll drop some mules, even better. So we're getting down some mules here. You see, I'm a little bit curious as to the early gas he had. He's not really doing anything. If he had a second factory out, then I could maybe see a point to it. So if I have to give any tips, don't take tips from me because I ain't that good. But if I have to give any tips there, if you're going to get gas that early, get the production buildings out to at least support the amount of gas you have there. So he's going to make his way out here, and yeah, he's going to put some pressure on his opponent early. Opponent, no other siege tank. Oh, he could be in trouble with this. He looks so good, but I think he's overextending himself on the production buildings now. Didn't really fortify himself up early enough. I got a good feeling this is not going to end well. He's got no units coming out that are going to help him here unless he can get that tank out pretty damn fast here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be very close. He's only got 1 siege tank and 2 whopping marines. There's the other 2 marines, so we'll see. He might have enough. If you had to knock down these towers, it might have been better off. Probably would have been an idea, but I think he's going to be in trouble. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, it could come down to the micro. Maybe he'll look pretty good. Even some tanks up here, really good positioning right there. Very, very beneficial as well if you want to turtle up there, because it's very tough to get up there, need the vision up there. So he's going to siege up, very good move. Of course, we'll realize that that's not going to work, needs the backup. Very good job by endersgame, I will say that much there. Needs to be careful in this. Doesn't want to start losing a bunch of marines early if he doesn't have to, especially to not siege fire that's not really needed. See, now he needs to plant that up here. If he had it up here, he would essentially get him to retreat, but he's going to put it on the bottom, which is fine. 2 siege tanks on the bottom. Endersgame isn't really going to have much he can do, but he's just swarming units down here. Wowzer! Just going to go marine heavy. The splash damage alone is going to be detrimental to these mass marines heading up there, but at the same time, if he can get the siege tanks in the right position to where if he gets vision, his siege tank can get some shots off on the other siege tanks, he might be alright. Look at the mass amount. He is really going for this. Getting another siege tank down there as well. In the meantime, his opponent there, he's building down some more barracks. He's definitely good with the production buildings now. I will give him that much. He's looking darn good, but when he's getting early pressure and he's getting pretty much one-based here, it's a really good one-base pressure he's going to apply here. And he's doing it exactly right. Like, this is exactly what you need to do. If your opponent's up on you in the macro game and you're going to build this way, he probably planned on doing one-base pressure, as he kind of timed it maybe a little bit late as to when he's going to push, but at the same time, his opponent's... Oh, there we go. See, much better. Get your siege tanks out on the outside of the high ground. Very good job by him getting... There you go. A free siege tank kill. Now, if you had another one up here, he'd be doing really well. Now he can't obviously do it because endersgame had his medevac down there. So if he picks up those marines and drops them on the high ground is what I'm going to recommend here. And I hope he does, but maybe not. He might just look to push due to brute force. Might just try and go for it to kill right here. Get right up that ramp and see what kind of damage he can do. Oh, don't do that. You know the siege tank's over there. What are you doing? Oh, he's going to try and kill from the low ground. Lost a few more marines than maybe he should have there. But either way there, he's not doing too bad. And there we go. Did get a full load picked up to almost a -1 marine. So he's going to start dropping the mineral line. Going to force his opponent to move his siege tanks, or at least look at that. What are you doing? He's got $1,000. What are you doing? He's got so many barracks out there and he's not spending the money. Dude, what are you going to do? You got fucking 5 barracks on the map here and a factory, and you're building shit. You're upgrading. All right, well, fair enough. He needs to get out there. Do not lose that. Oh, this could be trouble for him here. Oh, they can't quite reach. That's damn close, eh? In the meantime, they're getting attacked by the siege tank. Is going to go to work on the reactor. Does move the marines back out there. They're going to try and get a shot at that siege tank there. They're going to do a lot of damage to those marines. Very well done. Looking pretty good. The opponent's probably getting pretty pissed. They even came in the other side there. Siege tank up there. He took the marines out there. Gets them back in there just in time. Thank goodness here. But he is going to burn this thing down unless he doesn't get something over there to repair it here. Mark could be in a bit of trouble here. Gets him back in there. Basically going to let him burn to the ground here. Okay, fine. Burning rubble. That should actually kill them in all honesty. I think Blizzard should put that in the game. Leave your guys in a burning building. They're dead. They're not firemen, alright? These are fucking marines, alright? Not to say marines wouldn't know what to do, but I'm just saying. They're in a burning building. They're not a fireman with a hose. So they're probably going to burn in that building. But either way, Blizzard is very forgiving on that. So we're going to start moving up. There are barely any hit points left in this tank. Does end up taking out. Opponent's now in a lot of trouble. Doesn't really have anything on the map, does he, Mark? No, just has a bunch of SCVs. Has 1 million production buildings. He's not happy. He just quits the game. All right, my congrats go out to you, endersgame. My condolences to you, Mark. Very well played. I would have given you the VWP, endersgame. I will leave you with this. If you've been wearing the tube socks and the long johns on the same day and the icicles still haven't fallen from the roof, I don't know why you're not drinking my mama's coffee. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.